Hi everyone, want to share a quick project with you. This is a balsa box that I just finished making. To the sides of the balsa box, I treated it with some distressed crackle paint and tea dye, and I wanted to get a faux leather finish to it, so I heat set it with my gun, and I got these nice deep crackle effects without getting too small. I wanted some deep, I wanted it to look like faux leather stone, rough but soft. And it does feel super uber soft, but it looks rough and mean. So I love the way the finish came out. And to that finish, I rubbed in some metallic rub-ons, and this is what they are called. And basically, it's just like rub and buff, but only in a cream form. I've had this for 10 years and never ever used it. I'm so glad I decided to pull them out and bring them back to life. So I used the teal and the ivory on both sides of the box. I also added some bling and some flat back pearls in blue. To the sides, I added some ivory trim and some mesh bling in the turquoise. I took this piece of paper from my stash. It was a scrap piece of paper, and I Mod Podged that onto the box all the way around. To the top here, I added a leaf from I Am Roses. I added some flowers. I added a charm. I added some more bling. I added some glass beads and some flat back pearls. And the flowers are from different places. All of them. I have fabric flowers, mulberry flowers, iridescent flowers. And then over here, I have this pretty button that just I felt went so well with the box. I just hot glued that on to the center knob, as you can see there. And then on top of that, I added a flat back pearl, and it's still fully functional. It was a it was a challenge getting this elastic thing on and off. Ooh, heavens, heavens, heavens. So on the inside of the box, I sprayed it with some Lindy's and some Glimmer Mist, and on the sides as well. And I did that with blues, greens, and pinks. And I filled it up with some goodies because this is going out to a friend. Um, yeah, so that's my Balsa box, guys. I hope you like that. And I have some other little projects that I finished that I'd like to share with you as well. These are some ATC cards. And this one I did a few weeks ago during one of the, actually it was last weekend, not this past weekend. I colored it in blue metallic folk art acrylic paint. And then I just fussy cut one of my clip arts that I had in my collection. I added some stickles, some rhinestones. I added some mesh bling. I added this little saying, says let your light shine. I added some lace, some more pearls, and some more bling here, and as well as there. And the back I left plain. For the next one, I added some more mesh bling. I used the die cuts with a few papers that I had in my stash as well. I distressed everything with vintage photo. I added some of these metal embellishments that I made using bead caps to act as flowers. And then this is a Spellbinder's die. It's really supposed to be a cream bowl. I stamped it. I added stickles. I added a brad. And now I have it as a flower bowl. Then for this one, I basically took a piece of chipboard, cut it down to size, ATC size, and I painted it with some folk art paint, sand. To that, I added a little image that I stamped out using my, I believe this is a Kaiser Craft stamp that I have. And this is a Studio G stamp that I had in my stash. And I just added some bling. I distressed it with tumbled glass and broken china. And the image here, I colored everything in using my Tim Holtz distress markers. I added some bling to the center of those flowers. And then I fussy cut it and I glued it down onto the um, ATC card. And then I just punched that out using one of my first class punches of a teeny tiny butterfly. And I left the back plain as well. And I distressed everything with black soot and weathered wood. And for this one, I fussy cut some little birds, and these are Studio G images. I glued that on to a piece of chipboard, which I colored in this dark purple first, and then I added the um, crackle dye, which I used also on the ATC card. Um, these little pieces of chipboard that are acting as a fence, I colored in blue, and I added some twine, which I also colored in blue. And these are just the negative pieces to the bird cage on the die when I cut it out. I just saved them in a bag. Um, and it kind of made me feel almost like it had a beachy scene feel to it. So I stamped out "Today is the day," and this is a Studio G image, and I distressed it also with tumbled glass and scattered straw. I added some of these teeny tiny flowers that I got at Wild Orchids Craft, and I also added some of these seashells in different colors that my cousin gave me, who's Nuka. Thank you, Nuka. And I have a little butterfly here and another little butterfly here. And then I added stickles to everything on the card. And then for this one, again, I just colored it in with the metallic blue. And then for this one, I added a little bit of the purple and black because I wanted it to have sort of a night feel and shine to it. And I did the same treatment in the front. I have a little memory box cloud die here that I cut out and distressed with faded jeans and weather wood. I also have a little circle punch that I punch a little circle in white, and I colored that in with scatter straw and wild honey, and I added some stickles there. And then I took my white gel pen that my sweetheart Vicky sent to me, and I just dotted it very lightly to almost to give it that starry look and feel to it. And then over here, I have a skyline image that I stamped out and fussy cut, which I added stickles to, and I also added some little sea beads all on top. I have this little mini car die, and it's Tim Holtz, the little tiny car. I distressed that using Perfect Pearls in bronze, and then I also added some vintage photo black soot to that, and then I stamped out this image, which I did the same thing too, and then I went over it back with my black marker just so the words could stand out a bit. I added some rhinestones to the tires, and then this piece here was actually left over from a project that I did a long time ago. It was a sticker, and it was made out of vinyl, and it's supposed to look like the highway, so I used that to mimic the street of New York City. And the last one that I would like to share with you is this one here. And for this one, another Studio G image that I just fussy cut and stamped out onto white cardstock. And then I colored it in using Barnyard Red. I added some um, little bling on the edges. I have two dies here, a pocketbook and a pair of shoes. And this was gifted to me a long time ago. I added some seed beads, and I don't know if you guys can see the seed beads. I also added some stickles. I put a little brad to the center, and to the center of the shoes, I added these tiny, tiny, teeny roses that I got at Wild Orchids Craft a long time ago. And I have some paper, designer paper in the background there, and I just painted this in that purple color. Um, and that's this image here. So those are my cards and my little box. Sorry for the mess on my desk. I have been busy, busy, busy. I hope you're all enjoying your Monday. I hope you like the projects and leave a comment if you like. Talk to you all soon. Have a blessed day. Bye now.